guys. Happy, oh gosh, almost Friday. Friday can't come fast enough this week for me, I swear to God. So I'm back on to make a video today because I want to address a comment that was made on yesterday's video about us being nosy doll collectors. So in my video yesterday, if you haven't seen it, you may want to go back and watch that. It was a comment, it was in regards to a comment that was made on another video of mine. And I felt the need to address it because I find it important to be nosy in this hobby, ask questions, do your research, be diligent so that you can make informed decisions, especially when making like doll purchases. So leading me to what I'm addressing today in today's video. I'm not going to mention the name if you guys want to go back unless they delete it. This person commented that they can't understand why someone would ask questions other than read the description and look at the pictures of a doll that's for sale. However, this person has never sold in this hobby as of yet. I don't know how long they've been in the hobby. I don't know who the person is, but I will tell you, that's a bad attitude to take. So when you have a bad attitude or you think that you somehow shouldn't have to answer a buyer's questions on a doll you may pose for sale or put up for sale, you are going to have issues if you ever do sell in this hobby. So I try to put information out there to help people so that they understand how to have smooth transactions. Like, it's not just cut and dry, like you go to a store or you go online to a store and you see a description for whatever it is you're buying and you look at pictures, you buy it and it's done. With dolls, it's different. With reborn dolls in this hobby, this is a different thing. It's not cut and dry. Pictures don't always tell the full story. Pictures don't show all the things that a potential buyer may want to know about the doll. A doll's past history, whether the doll is in mint condition or if it's got some wear and tear or if it has any issues. A lot of times that's not going to be in the description. It's not going to be shown in pictures because sellers will post the very best pictures to show the doll in the best light so that they get the price they're asking for when they sell the doll. That's common. That's just what you expect in a doll sale post. Unfortunately, not all sellers are going to be forthright if there's any issues with the doll. So it lends itself to needing more questions or wanting to see more pictures or more up close pictures of things they can't maybe see the detail in the description pictures. So having an attitude that, oh, I don't understand why someone would need to ask any more questions, like it would be so bothersome for the seller to have to answer someone's potential buyer's question, mind-blowing. So yes, I sound a little snarky about this because it's mind-blowing to me that someone would think in this hobby that you wouldn't have to answer potential additional questions if they're reasonable. If someone's being unreasonable, of course. You know, if someone's a time waster or someone's just being difficult, yeah, that's a different story. But I'm talking about for a smooth transaction, whether you're the buyer or the seller, you have to communicate and you have to be willing to answer questions or ask the questions so that you are comfortable with the sale, so that you don't get a chargeback because you didn't share something or you didn't post every tiny thing. Because even as a seller, as thorough as I am and have been over the years, I'm a very, very thorough seller. I will post a lot of pictures if I'm posting it up publicly, or I'll even take videos of a detailed videos doing details once over on the doll so that you can not only just see it in pictures, but you're seeing it in video, because some things don't show up as well in pictures or vice versa. So I try to cover my bases because I've been doing this for many years and I know the pitfalls and I know what can happen if you don't allow yourself to be open to questions and clarify things should questions come up. I always want to make sure that the buyer, if I'm the seller, I want to make sure that the buyer is very comfortable and they understand what it is they're purchasing and they get all of the information, so that there's no question that when they send me the money to buy the doll, that they don't feel like they've made an uninformed decision or that's iffy or they don't have all the information. And that's a pressure put on a seller when you're spending hundreds or thousands of dollars. Remember, this isn't small purchases. This is like huge amounts of money, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars. Of course you want to have all the information. You want to have all the pictures. You want to have all of everything all mapped out, very transparent, so that when you send that amount of money, any amount of money for any doll, you're comfortable. Trust me, if you don't allow a potential buyer to ask you more questions, you're really going to have a hard time selling in this doll hobby, because I certainly would be completely turned off if I asked someone questions about a doll they're selling because I didn't see all the information. Not always, it's definitely not done on purpose, but like, you can't think of everything when you put it in a description. Sometimes you just forget things. So when someone reaches out, if I were to reach out to a seller and they said, I'm not going to answer your questions, well, that to me means they're sketchy. Can't trust them. I wouldn't do business with someone that's not willing to answer my questions. That's just ridiculous. It's also like bad business. Like, if you have horrible customer service in this doll hobby, you're not going to get very far. I'm just saying, I don't know. I can't quite wrap my head around that type of attitude that this person would take. And so, yeah, you guys can share your thoughts on what do you think? So if you were a buyer and you were looking to buy a doll that's posted for sale, it has a description and some pictures, but it's not enough information for you, and you reach out asking more questions, and the seller shuts you down and isn't willing or ignores you, would you want to do business with that person? That's what I want to know. If it's just me, because to me, that's just not good business. That's not good customer service. It's not like, I'm sorry, but like, why would I want to do business with someone that's not even willing to answer my questions? Like, to me, that's just, what? I don't know. Tell me if I'm off base here. Tell me if I'm crazy, because I think that this is something that is pretty straightforward in my mind. Like, you got to put out information. If you don't put out all the information, you got to give more information if it's asked. Like, that's not too much to ask. And if you feel bothered by that, you're in the wrong hobby. That's my thought on the whole thing. And I don't know. I'd like to hear your feedback though, guys, because this is one that, like, this comment, I read it and like, did I even read that right? Did they even really mean that they would feel so bothered to have to answer more questions? Y'all tell me what you think, because to me, that's nuts. That's nuts. I've just had way too many omissions on doll sales. So I was at the receiving end of getting dolls that hadn't been described properly, or maybe I felt like I shouldn't ask, and I regretted it every time, because usually if I didn't ask more questions and I didn't see it clearly in pictures and a description, then I was always right in my gut saying something isn't right about this. And because you don't ask questions, you don't have a leg to stand on. If you never ask the question, what condition is this doll in? Is this doll got any paint issues? Does it have any matting issues? Does it have any hair loss? Does it have all these things? If you don't ask those questions when you receive the doll, you've basically accepted the doll as is, and you may be out a lot of money because you didn't ask those questions. Questions are good. Questions are necessary. Like, I'm in the business of what I do for a living. You have to ask questions. If you don't ask questions, you're going to get yourself in trouble. So that's how I approach everything, especially things that I'm investing my money in. If I'm investing a lot of money, and a lot of money to me could mean $100, like, it's all relative. Whether you're spending $500 or $20,000 on a doll, you need to know what it is you're investing in, and you need to know all of the answers, and that is okay. So that's my thoughts on that. This is a bit of a rant. I won't lie, because I was just so floored by that comment that I'm like, bad attitude to have in this hobby. But you guys out there, and this person might respond to this video, feel free. But I'd like to know other people's thoughts on this, your feelings. Is it ridiculous to expect that a potential buyer should be able to ask additional questions? Let me know your thoughts. I would like to know if this person, if you're watching, please clarify if maybe I got it wrong. But if and you stated you've never sold in this hobby, so maybe you just don't know and you're new to it, I don't know. But feel free to share more in the comments below this if you are watching this. And I'm baffled by this. I won't lie. I'm totally baffled. So anyways, guys, happy almost Friday. I cannot wait. I'm counting down the moments till the weekend is here, because it's been one of those weeks again. It just tends to be the case. Busy, busy, busy. I hope all of you out there are having a wonderful week. Hopefully you're all having a better week than I'm having. And yeah, more to come, I'm sure. And yeah, I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. Anyways, I'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.